He's got a chance. Oh, it goes in! And Steph Curry is the winner.
That is NBA superstar Stephen Curry draining an eagle putt on the final hole of the American Century Championship in Tahoe 2 Sundays ago, setting off a wild victory celebration and talk he'd make a pretty good professional golfer, too. That clutch play and unbridled joy for the game look familiar to basketball fans who have marveled at the sublime, one-of-a-kind sharpshooting style that has made Curry an icon of his sport. The 35-year-old has led the Golden State Warriors to 4 NBA titles, including one in 2022, and been voted onto 9 All-Star teams while averaging nearly 25 points per game over his 14-year career. On his way to the Hall of Fame, the married father of 3 has resoundingly silenced doubters who called him too small and too skinny since he was a kid growing up in North Carolina. Steph and I got together in New York for a Sunday sit-down and some time at the range.
The basketball off the rotation.
Curry steps back.
Stephen Curry with some magic.
A three-pointer. Bang! He did it again!
Steph Curry is famous for draining shots from long distance.
But Steph smartly, deep three. He made it! He is superhuman!
But not usually this long.
If it gets there. How about that?
What's your target, Steph?
I'm gonna hit it at the,
Far?
it's gonna be a little fade that's gonna land on it.
Clearly you're playing a lot based on what I saw in Tahoe.
I want to thank the Los Angeles Lakers for their contributions to me winning my golf tournaments this summer, because I got a 4-week head start on golf training camp.
Steph, 3.
In his day job with the Golden State Warriors, Curry has won 4 championships and a pair of league MVP awards.
Steph all the way in the lane to finish. How good is this dude?
Considered by most to be the greatest shooter in NBA history, Curry has revolutionized the game while calmly launching shots from previously preposterous spots on the floor.
From half court, and it's good!
Do you have an appreciation for the fact that 14-year-old boys take 2 dribbles inside half court and jack up threes because of you? That you have truly changed the way basketball is played?
It was never like an intention of like, that's what I'm here to do, but it's just how I see the game and the irrational confidence that I have to shoot all those type of shots.
Stephen! Good job, good job!
Curry grew up a small, skinny kid in the shadow of his dad, Del Curry, another smooth shooter who played most of his NBA career with the Charlotte Hornets.
I'm constantly trying to find the space just to be able to survey my life.
Steph's story is the subject of the new Apple TV Plus documentary, Stephen Curry, Underrated.
There's a shot in there of you, I don't know, are you 10 years old or something like 9 years old,
yeah.
sitting at the end of the bench, the very end of the bench, biting your fingernails, and it freezes on you, and I'm like, that kid's gonna be Steph Curry?
It just didn't fit the mold, so that underrated mindset is always a part of my DNA, no matter what's happened, in my NBA career and my life. I still carry that, with me.
When Curry wasn't recruited by any of the colleges where he dreamed of playing, he accepted an offer from Coach Bob McKillop at Davidson College, not far from home.
You credit Coach McCullough, who believed in you, gave you a chance, even though you struggled in that first game as a freshman. How much credit does he deserve for the man sitting here today?
A lot. The message was, that I was good enough. He had some probably doubts creep in my first college game where I had 13 turnovers. And the footage of that game was worse than I actually remembered. It was, if I'm a coach and I'm watching that performance, I'm making a quick substitution and moving on. But Coach McKillop, he stuck with me. And it wasn't just me as the basketball player, it was me as the man as well. And he coached and mentored both.
Curry became a national star while leading Davidson on a magical run through the 2008 NCAA tournament, falling just 2 points shy of an improbable Final Four.
All right, I just officially got butterfly.
Curry turned pro after his junior year.
The Golden State Warriors select Stephen Curry from Denver, Colorado. Quite simply, is the best shooter in the draft.
Being Steph Curry with the shot, being cooking with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pop.
When did you feel like you had arrived in the NBA, that you weren't proving yourself anymore?
Honestly, it was probably my fourth year. We had a game in New York at the Garden. I scored 54 points, but we lost that night. That game specifically just kind of changed the narrative. Okay, we got to take this kid seriously because he's got game and he's fearless.
I heard you say that you still feel a little underrated. How can that be when people talk about you as maybe the greatest player who ever lived? Certainly right now, you and LeBron.
It's a tough one to explain because of what the resume looks like, but for me, it's like the healthy insecurity of the way that I've seen the game of basketball and life from day one has not changed at all. I still have that. I have to prove to myself that I can still do it, and I can still do it, or I can still do it for as long as I can. And that's what drives me. That underrated mindset oozes out of me at every opportunity.
In recent years, Curry has extended his range to include the film production company Unanimous Media, the underrated golf and basketball tours for disadvantaged kids, and the Eat, Learn, Play Foundation he created with his wife, Aisha.
Do you have moments, Steph, now where you go, I can't believe the skinny kid biting his nails on the end of the bench got to where he got?
All the time.
Do you?
All the time. I think that's a part of just being able to stay in the moment and like really enjoy, what's right in front of you. Because I just have so much fun playing this game.
Oh!
Step away from the ball just a little bit. Yeah. And then more. Yeah. It might feel like you're squatting, but that right there.
Yeah. Golf tips with Steph Curry. Okay.
That first year in retirement, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be like an amateur swing coach.
Yes.
You'll find me on like any range, and I'm just walking down the aisle like, all right.
So you've got a couple years left on your contract. You're 35 right now.
Sir.
Do you see the end anytime soon?
You do start thinking about it. The thoughts do creep in of what that timeline really looks like, and I'm doing all those things to give myself a chance to be successful. But the ball is gonna stop bouncing at some point. I just don't think it's anytime soon.
When Steph decided to leave Davidson a year early for the NBA, his mother agreed with one condition. He had to go back and earn his diploma. Well, Curry took classes in between games and studied alongside his children, and last summer walked across the stage to accept his degree in sociology. You can stream Stephen Curry Underrated now on Apple TV+. Our big thanks to Chelsea Piers Golf Club here in New York for hosting our conversation and for tolerating my swing. Steph and I are working on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Sunday Sit Down podcast to hear the full interview with Steph Curry, including his take on the greatest shooter and greatest player of all time. You might be surprised. You can find that on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get yours.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.